is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
Hello and welcome to another weekly installment of the Celebrity Afterlife Report, the only show on the internet that gives you the up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebs. I'm the Celebrity Medium. If you're new to the show, I'd like to explain that in the next world, people look as they did at their adult best on the earthly plane, and that many try to choose occupations and hobbies they would never have considered when they were in their previous existence. Those two factors account for much of the unusual behavior we chronicle here on the report. And with that explanation out of the way, let's get right to this week's news. As regular listeners to the report know, Fred Trump is the father of the new American president-elect. He is as controversial in the afterlife as his son is on Earth. Trump Sr. managed to wangle the blueprints for a planned all-female community away from actress-singer Judy Garland and has turned it into Trump City, an all-white town. Now, if that isn't arrogant enough, since his son's election, Fred has put large pictures of Donald all over the town, including on light poles at every intersection, as well as a 3-story tall version on City Hall. He has also been issuing stern letters to any Trump City homeowners who decorate in a manner he finds unbecoming. As a result, many residents have been grumbling about him, some threatening to move out if he doesn't change his ways. To the contrary, Fred told a reporter for a major Next World newspaper the other day that anyone who doesn't like the job he's doing as Trump City's mayor should, quote, not let the door hit them on the way out, unquote. To be fair, there are those residents who support Mayor Trump and that say all he's trying to do is keep the town orderly. Now, many non-residents reportedly feel that orderly is a code word for Caucasian, although Mayor Trump bristles at any accusations that his town is discriminatory in any way. In the newspaper article, he said, according to my sources, that it's just a coincidence that every resident of Trump City is white and that he wouldn't refuse to let a minority person live in the town. It's just that he hasn't met any who are, quote, right for the community yet. Regular listeners also know that a while back, due to circumstances way too convoluted to explain at the moment, actress Marilyn Monroe and former American First Lady Jackie Kennedy essentially exchanged identities, with each of them dressing and acting like the other. Since then, Monroe agreed to revert to her own personality, but Kennedy has continued her masquerade, even going so far as to bleach her hair and get breast implants, the better to resemble her rival. Now, Monroe, understandably, is very distressed by this, but hasn't been able to figure out a way to get Jackie to stop aping her. Now, while all this craziness has been going on in the next world, a movie based on Jackie's life has been in production here on the earthly plane. The film stars Natalie Portman as Jackie. The former White House resident was asked by one of my paparazzi sources the other day how she felt about the casting. Mrs. Kennedy responded, I really don't care who they have play that part. That isn't me anymore. That has nothing to do with who I am today. Okay. I'm told that quote has many in the afterlife wondering if she's starting to believe she really is Marilyn Monroe. This all comes on the heels of whispers that her current paramour, former President Ronald Reagan, has gotten tired of Jackie's 24/7 Monroe impersonation. Some of his friends are saying off the record that while Ronnie found it titillating at first, now he just wants out of the whole crazy relationship. On last week's report, I told you that former Cuban President Fidel Castro, who had just arrived in the next world, had a brief meeting with his former nemesis John F. Kennedy, during which the two men seemed to be patching up their differences. Now, all through the meeting, according to reports, Castro kept staring at Kennedy's companion, the aforementioned real Marilyn Monroe. So since then, many have been wondering if El Presidente has a thing for Marilyn. Now, according to information I've been given by sources in the afterlife, the answer appears to be C. Since the encounter last week, Fidel has been sending Monroe flowers and notes every day, inviting her to have dinner with him. Now, Marilyn hasn't said anything publicly yet about Castro wooing her, but friends are saying that she's becoming really annoyed with Fidel's advances and she wishes he'd stop them. Word is that she's very happy dating President Kennedy and is not considering breaking up with him. Now, all this, of course, leads one to wonder just what John thinks about all this. I mean, just the other day, he and Fidel were laughing like old friends, and now the Cuban is hitting on his woman. So I cannot imagine that this isn't getting under his skin. Also on last week's show, I reported on actor Ron Glass's arrival in the afterlife. Glass is best known for playing Detective Ron Harris on the Barney Miller TV show. No sooner had he arrived in his new existence than a man who is notorious for impersonating Glass's former co-star Abe Vigoda approached him and gave him a warm welcome and hug. Glass realized immediately that the man was not actually Vigoda, but being confused by the situation, he played along, not wanting to make a scene. The Abe impersonator, whose real identity is not known, has been pretending to be Vigoda for years, since well before the real Vigoda arrived in the next world. Now comes word that the man approached Glass again just the other day with an idea about the two of them co-starring in a new show together. Ron, who had the bizarre situation explained to him since his first encounter with the man, said, "Listen, I don't know what this is all about, but you're not Abe Vigoda. Please stop bothering me." I'm told that the mystery man seemed as if his feelings were hurt and replied, "Okay, Ron, I know you just got here. I'll come back when you're settled in." Then he walked away, leaving Glass once again at a loss for words. And so the strangeness continues. Okay, that's it. Time to lock up the Celebrity Afterlife Report studio for another week. Please come back next week when I'll have another roundup of the latest gossip about all your favorite deceased celebs. You, yes, you can help promote the show by telling all your friends that the report can be found for free on iTunes, in the Google Play Store, and on K-Chung Radio AM 1630 in Los Angeles. I am the Celebrity Medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.